Today's topic is slew rate in the operation amplifier. To discuss this topic,
I will apply a square pulse over here and let it be okay. Let me connect it with the feedback because I'm going to make use of an amplifier over here. So I will get the output over here. This will be my RF, this will be my R1, and this is my square signal. Let this square signal be like this. So when I have applied this square signal of maybe let the amplitude be of 5 volt, definitely the output will be in the amplified form, and you will say that this will be exactly same, only there will be some magnification, or I will say there will be magnification of A. So output will be from 0 to 5A, and this duration will remain the same. If I assume this duration of this signal will be capital T, then this will be remain the same. So this is my ideal case in which I will find exactly the same output in the amplified form which I have applied at the input. But in practical, this is not the scenario. In practical, definitely the output will take time to change its value from 0 to 5 volt. For example, if I take the ideal case here, sorry, not ideal, practical case. In the practical case, what I will see that this, if my input is this one, it was changing from 0 to 5 volt in a single instant of time, then definitely at this point it will take time to reach to a particular voltage. For example, over here this voltage is 5 volts, so it will take time. Then it will stay there for that duration, and exactly at this point when this voltage is started decreasing to 0 value, it will again take time to decrease, and it will be like this. So now if you look at these two waveforms or these two pulses, this was my input and this is now my output. So definitely I have got a distorted output, although I have not compensated here for the amplification. If some amplification is there, I will multiply it with the factor A, which is the amplification of that particular operation amplifier. It means this slew rate is going to affect my output, or it may change the even the shape of the waveform, and when shape of the waveform is changed, everything will get distorted, right? So this is important to understand here. Even in the operational amplifier datasheets you find this very important, so we have to mention this slew rate. So slew rate is defined, the definition of the slew rate is, it is defined as a maximum rate of change of output voltage with respect to time, and it is usually specified in volts per microsecond. Now why volts per microsecond? Definitely maximum rate of change of output voltage means the output voltage, if I assume delta V naught, there will be change in the output voltage because it has changed from 0 to 5 volts. So this change of 5 volt, that is in the amplitude, divided by the time taken by this to change it from here to here, 0 to 5 के लिए इसको कितना time लग रहा है, this is the time. So this is my small delta t, for example. So this delta V naught by delta t is nothing but my slew rate. And now this delta t is very small. These are in microseconds. We consider it in microseconds. That's why we have usually use the notations voltage per microsecond, right? So now this is the basic of the slew rate. I guess you all clear to it. That we always see that whenever we have practical circuits, we find there will be some delay or some time is required for an output to change. It does not change instantaneously. एकदम से कभी change नहीं आता. Now next is that why this thing happen. This slew rate, why this slew rate is occurring. So these slew rates are occurring due to the internal compensation capacitors present inside the operation amplifier. So next, if I discuss an internal compensation capacitor. Internal compensation capacitor. Now what is this internal compensation capacitor? It is simply a simple capacitor through which a current will be allowed to pass, let this current be IC, and we know this IC is given in the case of capacitor as C dVc by dt. It means whatever the voltage that is being applied across these two plates, if I assume this to be Vc, then definitely the dVc by dt multiplied with the capacitance will give me the value of the current. Or in the other way, I can say that dVc by dt will be equal to IC by C, where I can say that change in the voltage across this capacitor, this is a storing device, ये जो आपकी एनर्जी स्टोर कर रहा है, ये आपका चार्ज जो है वो यहाँ पे स्टोर हो रहा है जब यहाँ पे इसको वोल्टेज अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, पोटेंशियल अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. सो यू आर सेइंग हियर the change in the voltage which has been applied across it, as if I say if I am changing the value from 0 to 5 volt, so this 0 to 5 volt is the change in the voltage with respect to time dt. So dVc by dt is depending upon the value of the current IC and the capacitor. If I assume my value of the current IC to be, for example, 200 microampere and the value of the capacitor to be, for example, 30 picofarad, then from here can I say that this value, if I solve it, 3, 6, 18, 6.66, so it will come out to be 6.66. Pico will go in the numerator, it will be 10 raised to power plus 9, micro is 10 to the minus 6, sorry, pico is 10 to the minus 12, so it will be plus 6 into 10 raised to power 6 volts per second, or in the other way I can write it as 6.66 volts per microsecond. I can take this 10 to the power 6 in the denominator because my normal notation is volts per microsecond for the slew rate. So in this scenario where my capacitor is of 30 picofarad and the current flowing through that is of 200 microampere, then in that case my slew rate should be around 6.66 volt per microsecond. So let's see that how this capacitor is having which is providing us some delay in the change in the output voltage. So how this is going to affect on different signals. So if I take first an example of a square signal, so if I take the effect of slew rate on square signal, right. So let me take a square signal. This is my square signal. Let us assume amplitude of again 5 volt लेते हैं, 5 volt. This total duration is 40 microsecond, for example, and I take this to be equal duty cycle of 50%, so it will be 20 microsecond, right? So this is my square signal. Now if I assume my slew rate, as in this case slew rate is 6.66 volt per microsecond, I take a more practical value. I take slew rate equal to 0.5 volt per microsecond. This is the slew rate of your very common IC741. So I will take this example. So if this is my slew rate, this is present in the data sheet, where this is the value present in the data sheet. So I will see that how this signal, which is of 0 to 5 volt amplitude and 40 microsecond total time period, how this slew rate is going to affect it. Means if I apply this at the input, if this is my input, then what is going to be my output? I will discuss that now. So if I take only this positive pulse, if I consider this part only, because here I am getting both the changes from 0 to 5 volt also and from 5 volt back to 0 volt also, and this duration, as I said, is of 20 microsecond, right? So now look here, due to this slew rate, which is saying that there will be change in the 0.5 volt only for every microsecond, means in 1 microsecond I can say my output will change only by the value of 0.5 volts. In the other case, 0.5 volt change will be there in 1 microsecond. But what is the change that I want? I want a change of 5 volt because it is changing from 0 to 5 volt. So I will say the 5 volt change will require time equal to how many? Can I say it will be equal to 10 microseconds? It means to change my output from 0 to 5 volt, my operational amplifier, which is having a slew rate of 0.5 volt per microsecond, it will take 10 microseconds. So if I assume this is somewhere my 10 microsecond, so the output will start changing from here, and it will reach to the value of 5 volt at this point, where this is of my 10 microsecond duration. Then it will stay there because it has constant at that point 5 volt. Exactly at this point it will again start decreasing. Now the input has switched to 0 volt instantaneously, but again the output cannot switch instantaneously. Output will follow this curve of 0.5 volt per microsecond. Again it has to reduce from 5 to 0. It means for the change in the 5 volt it will again require 10 microsecond. So my output will be like this, and this will be further 10 microseconds. And you will see here that the total duration now has increased from 20 microsecond to 30 microsecond. 10 for the rising, 10 for the constant value, and then it has started decreasing, so it further took 10 microseconds. So this is how you can see that this square wave, which is having an amplitude of 5 volt, has reacted to this, or you can say this slew rate effect is there on this, and due to that it has changed its shape to little bit like this, or I don't know what this actual shape is, but it has, I can say it is deformed now. Is it clear now? Okay, let me take one more example then. If I increase the amplitude, or let's take before going to the amplitude, let me decrease the time period. Let us decrease the time period over here. What is going to affect? उससे थोड़ा better idea आपको हो जाएगा. That if I decrease the time period over here, instead of मैं एक ही pulse बनाता हूँ यहाँ पे. If this is my pulse, 0 to, again let me take 5 volt, but now this duration is now of 10 microsecond. ये 10 microsecond का ही हम ले लेते हैं. Again slew rate की वैल्यू वही ले लेते हैं 741 की, 0.5 volts per microsecond. Then tell me that how it is going to affect, or what will be my output. At the input I have applied a square pulse, but according to this slew rate, this 5 volt change will require again 10 microseconds. So this will be my 10 microseconds slab. So definitely my signal will start from here and it will reach here. The moment it reaches here, the input voltage has reduced from 5 to 0. It means it will further take 10 microseconds to come back to 0. And here. And if you see at these two waveforms, this is my output waveform, which is a triangular one. Whereas what I have applied at the input, my input was a square. So this is the importance of this slew rate. If this slew rate is small, definitely there will be small changes in the output voltage in every 1 microsecond. If this slew rate is large, there will be large change in the output voltage in 1 microsecond. So definitely I can say that a better or a higher slew rate is always preferred. Let me take one more example to give you a better idea of it. If I increase the amplitude of the signal, let me increase the amplitude of the signal, then what is going to happen and how this slew rate is going to affect. Let's see. If I take a signal of, in this scenario I will take a 10 volt signal, again a square signal, 0 to 10 volts, and slew rate is again the same, that is 0.5 volts per microsecond. Now if this is the case, then definitely for a change of 10 volts I need 5 volts के केस में कितना था हमारे पास, you can see here 10 microsecond, तो definitely 10 volts के केस में कितना आ जाएगा 20 microsecond. So I need 20 microsecond of time. You can do these calculations. So it means to change its value from 0 to 10 volt, it needs 20 microsecond. And if I assume this duration to be the same, that is of 10 microsecond, it means it has not yet, I can see from here that अभी ये 0 to 10 पे चेंज हो रहा है, यहाँ से चेंज कर रहा था ये वैल्यू, ये इसको मैं यहाँ से वैल्यू चेंज कर रहा था, करते 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 इसको कितना टाइम लगना था, ये थोड़ा सा यहाँ तक आएगा। इसको करते करते 20 माइक्रोसेकंड्स लगने थे 10 वोल्ट तक चेंज करेंगे, लेकिन एग्जैक्टली एट 10 माइक्रोसेकंड व्हाट हैपेंड, माय इनपुट हैज चेंज फ्रॉम 10 वोल्ट बैक टू द जीरो वैल्यू। इट मीन्स इट हैज़ नॉट रीच्ड टू दैट लेवल ऑल्सो, वो 10 वोल्ट तक भी नहीं पहुंचा। ये लेवल कौन सा होगा, 5 वोल्ट्स का लेवल होगा, एंड इट विल अगेन स्टार्ट डिक्रीजिंग फ्रॉम देयर टू द जीरो वैल्यू। सो लुक हियर, दिस इज अगेन एन इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग। अगर हमारा एम्पलीट्यूड बहुत ज़्यादा है दैट डेफिनेटली अ स्लो स्लीव रेट विल नॉट हेल्प और अ लेस स्लीव रेट विल नॉट हेल्प। बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ऑल्सो हमारे पास डिफॉर्मेशंस आ जाएंगी। हमारा स्लीव रेट ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, ये तो हमें चाहिए। इन आइडियल केस वी वांट, we have studied in the first lecture that the slew rate of an operational amplifier should be equal to infinity. It means the moment it has been applied an input or change in an input, at the output also it has been reflected within no second or in 0 seconds. Zero is only possible if I look at my slew rate, it is equal to delta V naught by delta t. So slew rate of infinity is only possible when my delta t is equal to 0. Then only I will get the value infinity. It means at no time this change should be there. But in practical cases it is not feasible for us. We want we have a slew rate over there, so in those scenarios we need to identify the perfect IC depending upon our application. If the amplitude is very large, then we have to consider higher value of the slew rates. Even if the amplitude is small, as I have discussed in the first scenario where amplitude was 0 to 5 volt and the duration was also sufficient, then these types of IC 741 which is having the slew rate of 0.5 volt per microsecond can be applied. They won't affect much, although some distortions will be there but not so much. But if the time duration is very small, as in this second case where I have reduced the duration to 10 microsecond, a 0.5 microvolt per second will definitely change your output from triangular from square to the triangular. And similarly in the case of your amplitude, where amplitude is large, then also your output will be changed to the triangular instead of your square. Right? Is it clear to you now that why this slew rate is important and how it has to be overcome depending upon the type of the waveform on which you are going to use in a circuit? Right, so let me take an example over here. Okay, before taking an example, let me go to take one more scenario, that is effect on sinusoidal signals also. So second, let me take effect of slew rate on sinusoidal signals. Now what is a sinusoidal signal? We all know. So a signal like this. Sinusoidal signal. This signal is changing with respect to time v of t. So I will write this as vt is equal to, let this be the maximum value vm. So it will be vm sin omega t. I guess you all know how to write these signals. So this is vt equal to vm sin omega t. Now what is going to happen in this sinusoidal signal to some slew rates or to a particular value slew rate? I will discuss it later. So what is this? This signal is changing with respect to time. So I said that this slew rate simply tells us the rate of change of an output with respect to the time, and time is considered in microseconds. So simply to check this change in the time or rate of change of this signal, I will take the derivative of it. So I will get dvt by dt. Right, this is the way we check the rate of change of any signal, sinusoidal. So we'll take the derivative dvt by dt, and you know the derivative of this vm sin omega t will be vm into omega into, what is the derivative of sine? It will be cos omega t. And if I want the maximum rate of change of this voltage, then I will say it will be dvt by dt, and to find it to be maximum, it will be equal to Vm into omega. For the maximum value, this omega t should be equal to 1. So I will consider it equal to be 1. So this will be my formula, Vm into omega, which will tell me the maximum rate of change of signal. So this maximum rate of change of the signal must be, you can say, less than the slew rate, क्योंकि अगर slew rate से ये वैल्यू जो है वो ज़्यादा हो जाएगी तो डिस्टॉर्शन आ जाएंगे. Now what is this? If I write this omega in the form of 2 pi f, then can I say the maximum rate of change will be Vm into 2 pi of f, and I want this slew rate should be greater than equal to this value, because this is the maximum rate of change of my sinusoidal signal and this is the slew rate which is saying कि मैं इतना ही टाइम पीरियड में इतनी ही आउटपुट वोल्टेज को जो है वो चेंज कर सकता हूँ. सो इट मीन्स फॉर अ सिग्नल, फॉर अ साइनोसॉइडल signal to be distortionless, at the output we want our slew rate should be always greater than equal to Vm into 2 pi f max. What is this f max? F max is the frequency of this signal which we have considered here. If this is 0, this is pi, this is 2 pi, this will be the time period of this signal, capital T. Then definitely जो frequency है which is equal to 1 by capital T, this frequency will be defined, or you can say you can apply an input signal of f max frequency such that the product of f max into 2 pi into Vm, Vm is the maximum amplitude of that signal, should be less than equal to the slew rate. For example, if I take an IC 741 as its slew rate is 0.5 volts per microsecond, then I will say that this product, that is Vm into 2 pi into some frequency, I have considered the maximum frequency. Below that frequencies all will be less than equal to slew rate, so that is okay. So I have taken here f max must be equal to 0.5 volts per minute. So this is my condition over there. Is it clear to you now? What if this value will become greater? अगर ये वाली value बड़ी हो जाएगी इस value से, then what is going to happen? I will show you with the diagram. If this is my sinusoidal signal, then what is going to happen? You will find there will be an output like this. So you see here we have applied an input which is sinusoidal, whereas we are getting an output which is triangular. So this thing is also to be considered. In operational amplifiers we mostly use sinusoidal signals at the input. So over there the frequency of this sinusoidal signal should be first calculated. If I am using an IC of 741, then 0.5 volt per microsecond will be my slew rate. So this frequency must be checked from here. If I know my maximum voltage is, for example, 1, if I take my Vm equal to 1 volt signal and I want my slew rate to be if my slew rate is 0.5 volt per microsecond, then I will find from here my f max from this formula. Vm into 2 pi is equal to 0.5 volts per microsecond. So I will say here my f max should be, I will write here, it should be less than equal to, it should be less than equal to 0.5 divided by Vm into 2 pi, and if I substitute these values you can calculate it, it will be 0.5 by 2 pi and some value will become. So that frequency of that signal, and that should be in the megahertz, that frequency will come in the megahertz because it is volt per microsecond, so it will be into 10 raised to power 6 यहाँ पे रख लेते हैं. So this is that frequency. So this is how we will define my frequency of that input signal. If I apply a frequency greater than that, definitely distortions will be there. I need to switch on to the better ICs, like there is one more IC LF411. The slew rate of this IC is 15 volts per microsecond. So definitely if I need to increase from 741 to this one, my slew rate will increase I will find 15 volt change in 1 microsecond. Earlier it was only 0.5 volt in 1 microsecond, right? So this is how the different input signals are adjusted according to the slew rate of the operation amplifier. If our considerations are small, like if we want to use the low cost IC 741 ICs, we cannot apply it on the high frequency signals. We cannot use it for high frequency signals because of the slew rate. Similarly, we cannot have maximum very high amplitude signals also. As we can see here, if we have increased the amplitude of the square signal, this is also related into distortion. So these are the different factors that has to be considered while applying the input to any of the operational amplifier. Is it clear to you now? Okay, so let me take an example over here, numerical for you. Let me try to solve it for you so that you will get a better understanding. Numerical says if the required output for the op-amp is 20 kilohertz, let it be a sinusoidal signal, 20 kilohertz sinusoidal signal with 10 volt peak voltage. This is my required output for the op-amp. Means I want an output of 20 kilohertz sinusoidal signal जिसकी amplitude होगा 10 volts का. So we need to find the minimum acceptable slew rate for the op-amp. Now this is the question. What is there? In the question it is given that a sinusoidal signal is required at the output. This is the signal that I want at the output, whose frequency should be 20 kilohertz. Means F is given to us, and the peak voltage is given as 10 volts. It is not peak to peak, it is only peak voltage. It means it is from 0 to 10 volt, right? So in the numerical we have F max, or simply F. I will write here F max because this is 20 kilohertz. Then we have Vm also equal to 10 volts. So these two values are given, and what is asked in the question? Slew rate is asked in the question. So if I look at my formula, what is that formula? क्या था formula? Yeah, slew rate should be greater than equal to Vm into 2 pi F max. यही है फॉर्मूला. इस फॉर्मूले का यूज करते हैं हम. सो वी विल से द स्ल्यू रेट should be greater than equal to Vmax or simply Vm into 2 pi into F max. So I want a slew rate जिसमें मुझे ये सिग्नल जो है वो मिले. मीन्स ये वाला सिग्नल F max और ये वाला मिले. इट मीन्स मेरा जो इनका इसका प्रोडक्ट है उससे बड़ा होना चाहिए स्ल्यू रेट, या इक्वल हो तब भी चलेगा. तो आई विल एज्यूम हेयर स्ल्यू रेट शुड बी इक्वल. मिनिमम वैल्यू अगर मैं लेके चलूँ तो वो इक्वल होगी. इट इज़ Vm की वैल्यू है हमारे पास 10 वोल्ट्स इंटू 2 पाई. F max की वैल्यू है 20 किलोहर्ट्ज. सो आई विल राइट हियर 20 इंटू 10⁻3. सो इट विल कम आउट टू बी अराउंड 4 पाई इंटू 10⁵. You can solve it. कितना आ जाएगा ये? 22/7 will be there. 88/7. Then 7 1s are 7. 7 to 17. It will be around 1.25 volts per microsecond. So this will be the value that I will obtain for my slew rate if I have to achieve a sinusoidal signal of 10 volt amplitude and frequency of 20 kilohertz. So this is the slew rate. Is it okay? Can you find these questions now? अगर ऐसा आपको कोई स्ल्यू रेट दे दिया होगा क्वेश्चन में, they will ask you that what will be the maximum frequency that you can obtain. You simply substitute the value of slew rate over here. Vm will be given 2 pi constant है, F max आप वहाँ से निकाल सकते हैं. Now if I ask you a question on this, that will my IC 741 be capable of giving me this output signal, जो मैंने यहाँ पे अभी कैलकुलेट किया या जो मेरे पास इक्वेशन इसमें क्वेश्चंस में दी थी वैल्यूज, क्या ये IC 741 IC जो है मेरे पास जिसका स्ल्यू रेट 0.5 वोल्ट्स पर माइक्रोसेकंड मैंने बताया, क्या उससे मुझे ये सिग्नल मिल सकता है आउटपुट में? नो, वेरी गुड। क्यों नहीं मिल सकता? क्योंकि वो उसका स्ल्यू रेट 0.5 वोल्ट है और इसके लिए तो मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट ही कितनी होगी 1.25 की। अगर मैं ऐसा इनपुट सिग्नल चाहता हूं तो मुझे स्ल्यू रेट बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज मुझे अगर मैं इस पे ही चेक करूंगा तो मुझे डिस्टॉर्टेड सिग्नल मिलेंगे। सो विल सी दैम लेटर, अभी इतने डीप में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट द आइडिया ओवर हियर इज कि इस तरह से अब आप किसी भी सिग्नल के जब आप प्रैक्टिकल्स में परफॉर्म करेंगे या आप कोई प्रोजेक्ट बनाएंगे, यू हैव एन आइडिया कि आपको इतनी आउटपुट फ्रीक्वेंसी सिग्नल चाहिए फॉर सम अदर सर्किट में भी, तो आपको वहाँ पे आइडिया लग जाएगा कि इस आईसी को हम यूज़ नहीं कर सकते। अदरवाइज अभी क्या करते हैं, हम देखते हैं, हाँ जी नेट पे चेक करते हैं कि हाँ ये आईसी यूज़ हो रही है, हम लगा देते हैं। वी डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया कि दैट वाई दैट आईसी वाइज यूज़। तो इसलिए हम अब खुद अपने आप जो एनालाइज कर सकते हैं कि नहीं हमें इतना स्ल्यू रेट चाहिए, इसके लिए हमें इस बेटर आईसी को यूज़ करना पड़ेगा। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द स्ल्यू रेट। I will give you one question as an assignment. You will solve it by yourself. You can write down this question. You have to let me draw this diagram first. We have already studied this concept of voltage follower, right? इसको पिछले लेक्चर में हमने डिस्कस कर लिया है. So I guess you can all understand this diagram. So I have applying an input voltage over here of 0 to 10 volts square signal, and let this frequency range be from 1 kilohertz to 1 megahertz. This is the frequency range of this square signal. So what we need to do here, we have to find the frequency of the signal, wave pulse, where the output will be triangular with peak voltage of triangular wave with peak voltage of 4 volts, and I will assume here slew rate equal to 2 volts per microsecond. Now this is the question. Now look, there is nothing wrong in this question. Although this question is not a perfect question, maybe I have given it by myself. We have a emitter follower circuit or a voltage follower circuit, means whatever the input that has been applied at the non-inverting terminal over here will be available at the output. But due to the slew rate, what is going to happen, I am applying a 0 to 10 volt square pulse, but due to this, as I said, this slew rate के कारण एकदम चेंज नहीं आएगा, so this signal will be distorted. तो हमने पहले भी चेक किया, स्क्वायर वेव्स जो थी वो हमारी ट्रायंगुलर वेव्स में मिल रही थी. तो अब जो ट्रायंगुलर वेव हमें मिलेगी, वी हैव टू फाइंड अ ट्रायंगुलर वेव इन सच अ वे दैट इट शुड हैव अ पीक वोल्टेज ऑफ 4 वोल्ट, मीन्स वो 4 वोल्ट्स तक की पीक तक ही पहुंचे. सो उसको कैसे एडजस्ट करना है, यू नीड टू एडजस्ट इट यूजिंग दिस, जो आपको रेंज दी गई है यहाँ पे सोर्स की 1 किलोहर्ट्ज टू 1 मेगाहर्ट्ज. सो यू हैव टू फाइंड अ फ्रीक्वेंसी ओवर हेयर such that the triangular wave which will be available now output, I know that my signal is distorted, मुझे पता है वो distorted ही होगा, but I want that signal to be distorted in such a way that the triangular pulse which I am obtaining here has a peak value of 4 volts. तो ये जो हमारे पास एम्पलीट्यूड होगा यहाँ पे 4 volts तक जाना चाहिए, उसके बाद डिक्रीज कर जाना चाहिए. So this is, you have to find, slew rate is given to you 2 volts per microsecond. This is an assignment question, you will solve it.